We'll use this one. All right, here we are. Good morning. So day 12, final day of the sourdough starter series. I'm going to reuse the lid for Cassie Junior. I will be transferring a portion of Juno into this jar for the final bake, which I will get up sometime on the weekend so you can see where the yeast strength is at. But for now, we are going to be heavily feeding Juno. And you don't need to see me feed the other sour starter, but I shall. I'm just gonna have to pour it. So first I'll knock him down. That's what he looks like. All broken down. And this proves there are very big bubbles in there. Still lots and lots and lots of little tiny ones, but big ones. Now, a younger starter wants more consistent feedings, more frequently. So even if you're putting it in the fridge, for now, check them every couple of days. Give them a little extra boost, which I will give you a running commentary on when I do the Juno bake this weekend, if you're interested. But he still has, there, he hasn't fully absorbed all the flour yet, so that tells me he's not hungry. He's not in starvation mode. Hooch means they're hungry, feed me. That's literally what that means. When you got the striation effect, so you have floating foam, water, and then flour at the bottom. That is the fermentation happening, but it is not, you could use the top part to start a bake, but I wouldn't because it is not strong enough. It is baby foam, baby bubbles. We want the big bubbles to do the baking with. There's some alliteration. Big bubbles for baking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to feed her for a bake. I'll start it, if not today, then tomorrow, because I do want potentially do a cranberry lemon loaf, so this won't be enough. So I might be just baking on the weekend and then telling you what's happening. But I'm not doing this every day. This has been fun, but it is time to get on with other things. All right, so to prepare Juno, for now, I'm doing a heaping tablespoon. I'm not going to do the scale. Heaping tablespoon, approximately 14 grams, just pure whole wheat. Use this cup. It's fine. I'm just going to give him a drizzle. We want him to slow down. We want him to eat slowly. That's just under 1/8 of a cup, so I'd say that's about 20. Here, may as well. Well, too late now. I say that's about 20 grams. 27, 20, somewhere in there. But there was extra flour in there. And for now, we're just going to stir it. The consistency you want for the fridge is thicker porridge, but we're going to let everything settle before I put them in. So I'm going to wait for about an hour make sure that there is yeast formation happening. I will record that part, and then I will put them in the fridge. Boys, excuse me. Stop. I have to get back to my cats and the cuddle puddles in the morning. They're very unhappy with me. All right, so that's the consistency. This is still Juno. Don't tighten, just slightly loose, enough that you can pick it up. So I got sidetracked. And somebody came over to visit, so. All right, final little feed. We gave Juno a hefty tablespoon of whole wheat flour. He is slowly working its way through. It's still quite happy and healthy. Bear's underfoot, sorry. There it is. Hi, boys. Can't quite see. There it is. Small bubbles, strong fermentation, yeasty smell. I'm going to give him a little extra and one more tablespoon. And just a little bit more water. We want this to be a thick porridge before I put it away. And then in a few days' time, we'll check on it again. Give it a stir. And potentially do another bake. This is a better way to control your bakes. If you don't want to bake every single day or every other day. Because as much as I enjoyed baking between 2 and 4 loaves of bread a day many years ago, it did get to be too much. So one more heaping tablespoon. It's now like 120. Another drizzle of water. We want the same consistency. I'm just going to tuck Juno away now and let his cold fermentation happen. That was probably a little too much. And that's why, yes, you don't have to use a scale, but yeah, sometimes it's best to use a scale. I will be adding 1 more tablespoon of this whole wheat to this, because now it's just mush. That's okay. Not going to hurt anything. We will bake with Juno again just to prove that it won't. So this is the end of this series. Again, I will be baking another loaf or 2 of bread this weekend from this starter, which is Juno Junior, which I'm about to check on. But trying to bake with a starter that you have fed whole wheat to on the same day sometimes doesn't work very well. Oh, and I am currently writing out the basics of sourdough starters, which I will put on my website so you can just download and go. If things that I don't think, if there are things that I haven't covered or that, you know, I have been babbling and it doesn't make sense to you, you can just go there to find it. All right, that's good enough. So I would prefer a little more grabby, but it's okay. We know that Juno is good enough. And I will check him again in a few days and feed him a little bit more. There you go. So into the fridge with you. And this is where we're at with the other Juno. No bubbles up, but that's okay. We're not baking today. I'll feed him again tomorrow. Yeah, you can see those. Yeah, there's the babies. There they are. Baking with sourdough is a labor of love, my friends. touch up the jars. And being observant will take you a long way because you're working with a living system. So just pay attention. In the fridge she goes. Have a great day.